What's up, y'all? Happy New Year and happy 1 year anniversary to WUG. Man, the fact that WUG existed for over a year, that's just insane to think about. And a brand new update has been dropped. There have been a lot of new cars, tracks, and achievements available for us to get. Big thanks to Naya for making this really dope thumbnail. I appreciate it, bro. And if you see him on WUG, his name is Enemy Spotted. Just whisper to him, thanks for that thumbnail, man. Now, this update contains a special aftermarket part, and that is the Cruise license plate. And I just want to say thank you all for making this happen. I am just speechless. Thank you so much for rocking with me and just taking your time out of the day to watch and enjoy my content. I really hope I can continue to do that. It really does mean a lot. Thank you again. Starting off with the Citroen. This race is not really a good representation of what the car excels in, but I actually had a hard time finding a D-Class race, and this was basically the only decent one I could find. We're up against a retuned Charger, which I'm not sure what was really done to it, but as you can see, the Charger does best us with that top-end acceleration and speed. Shout out to Sultan for creating the model from scratch. This wasn't taken from any like pre-existing model or anything, that's a lot of dedication right there. But in terms of the car itself, like its meta factor, from what I heard, it's very good for E, D, and C. You probably want to keep it in B or C class. I have it in D class right now, and so far it's pretty good. As you can see, it's lacking on the power, but it handles super nice. Because of the fact that it's like very cheap, it's a really good option for D class, I would say. We got the other new car now, the Mustang GT. My expectations for this car were really low, but imagine those low expectations just staying low. I honestly didn't expect much from this car. Actually, I didn't even know what to expect from this car. Probably maybe a little better than the Terlingua, if I'm pronouncing that thing right. And the car itself, it feels like I'm driving it in slow motion. In terms of racing, I don't know what class it excels in or if it excels at anything. We're on Petersburg, which is a more top speed dependent track, and we are getting caught up by a Xara. And I'm really sorry about that, Mustang. Did not mean to do that. But yeah, this is a top speed based track, and we are getting overtaken by an Xara, which is not a car for power, or it might be for C class. I'm actually not too sure about that. But the way this car drives, it's just feels sluggish all around. Surprisingly, it has a very good turning radius. So, as you saw in that corner where I slammed the other Mustang, it could actually take that corner at full speed without any braking, which is something that you really can't say about a lot of muscle cars. But overall, for 700k, I would just stay away from this thing. I really don't see any appeal to it, to be honest. I remember when retunes were first mentioned, a lot of people suggested that this was one of the first cars to be retuned. In Vanilla World, Ford GT is complete trash. It cannot do anything at all. Even when it was first released, I have no idea what the devs were thinking. Creating something that drove worse than a tier 2 car, but Ford GT has been retuned, and as you saw, I took a really terrible hit, but the way this car is now, it is a speed demon. We're going up against a CLE, which For highways, it's still a very competent car. This car is only race tuned as well, which is crazy. I am just speeding up right towards him. Sorry for the bump, man. Did not mean to do that. The downside to this car, though, is it is brick when it comes to its handling. Even though the handling requires more care, per se, its top speed and acceleration makes up a lot for it. So with all race parts, this car caps out at 357 kilometers. Not sure how much faster it would be at 749, but if you want to put down the money for better parts, I would say it's worth it. And the second lap pretty much was just this car just dominating. Overall, I really like the new Ford GT. Good job, Cheerio, with this retune. 350Z got retuned. It's nice to see this car not be a boat anymore, and I can't wait for more cars to not be boats. From this race, as you can see, I'm going up against an XRA, which I still don't think is a top speed oriented car, even though it's C-Class. It does not perform the best, per se. I thought it was going to be a little bit better for racing. It might be for D and B class, but here at C-Class, it really doesn't have the top speed or the handling as you saw. The car has a good turning radius, but it does not want to grip at all. My guess is that this car is probably better for Team Escape because there are 3 Team Escape presets. And one of them is actually a limited edition orange Juggernaut, which comes with higher end parts. I don't know how limited it is, but it is a limited edition, so if you're into collecting cars like that, definitely pick it up. But yeah, this car, it's just not really up for it for racing. Taking a look at this new Team Escape, there's actually been a lot of events added. What I know so far is that there are 2 Team Escapes that have been added. One has been World Tour, which is kind of a replacement for World Loop. I've did it once, and I would say compared to World Loop, it was easier for me. This is the second one, Dining Out. It's kind of reminiscent of that one re-roam Team Escape that existed in Whoople. Not sure how many of you remember that one. I'm also driving the new retuned SLR. The SLR has been retuned to be more of a Team Escape focused car, which I was a bit disappointed because of the fact that me personally, I really like the SLR, so I would have liked it to be a race car, but at least it has a good purpose now. So far, it's, as a Team Escape car, it's pretty decent. It has adequate strength. In terms of maneuverability, it's no longer the boat it was, in which it had brick handling, like really sluggish response. It doesn't grip, but it does slide about enough, which is good enough to maneuver around blocks and stuff. In terms of being a nimble car, it is not that. It does have decent enough speed. Don't really know what to compare it to be honest, because of the fact that I have in 749 this car, which does require 3-star parts for it. But here, as it is race tuned for pursuits, it seems to be fine. I am running on all flat tires and these cops have caught up right to me. Taking the heat off of a Razor over there. That was not smart of me, but thank you, Run Flats, for coming in clutch. Now, one thing I noticed about this Team Escape is that there are a lot of tight areas, and in those tight areas, if a cop cluster spawns or like 4 rhinos come at you, it's a little difficult to get out of if you don't have an emergency evade or use Juggernaut. Out of my way, Rhino. Wow, I just jumped over that spike over there. Ooh, get past these rhinos. And, well, time to use an EE for that. Almost to the end. The rewards for this track vary a lot based on cost of state, so the lowest amount I got in so far with this account was 70k, and while the most I got was 200k. Can you please get out of my way, cops? Thank you very much. Pretty much it. I hope y'all enjoyed the new update, and I'll see y'all later.